And look, there were some issues in the beginning of the year and how the team was playing. But, I had said it from day one of this podcast. I do think him and JD had a plan on how they wanted this team to grow. And that included maybe starting the season using some veteran players that maybe shouldn't had been playing, but allowed the young guys to figure things out early on. And as the season progressed, you saw a lot of those veteran players sort of be, accessed and not used, and the younger players get a bigger role. I mean, that's how you build a team. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, and I get I understand a lot of, there's not a lot of patience these days, and everybody wants everything now and quickly and whatnot. But, I think that the Rangers, game plan here on how to build this has been on the money and was trending in the right direction. And, I don't think that'll change whether they get this tournament in or not, or if they get swept in the first round by the Hurricanes. I still think that they're headed in the right direction with this young core that they have, and with David Quinn at the helm and JD and Gordon pulling strings, in the front office. So I'm still really stoked about this team and the future ahead. And, if this year doesn't end up in a Stanley Cup, I still do foresee one in the very near future with the way they're building things. So I'm still pumped.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I got a couple of quick questions for you. The other thing I always a great memory of that day with the game in Colorado, and we had the shows and the build-up about the Kreider signing and everything, and then he gets injured. And it was just like, the curse and all that crap, and we lost him and stuff. And then you remember he was skating that afternoon, right? So
yeah,
it was just part of that. They win in Dallas. Capo gets a couple of goals. And we were kind of feeling good about ourselves, and obviously. And then, like I said, it was that great thing, the fact that he was actually skating. And then it was just that feeling too, and it was just a great thing to see because Chris just got the contract, and that we might have joked about it, I don't know, but there's no doubt that he could have just sat back, cashed his check, laid up, with all. I think it goes a long way, and maybe down the road we'll find out, maybe in an interview or something like that. But Chris could have just took it easy, chilled out. Because it doesn't really matter if the Rangers win, make the playoffs or don't make the playoffs or where they go. But I think that was pretty awesome that he was on the ice skating, given, whether it's just a matter of just showing the fans or showing his teammates that he definitely wants to be a part of this, with the amount of season that was left at the time, one way or the other. And I thought that was pretty awesome from him, too. So here's my next question. Where's Mika as far as his contract right now?
I have no idea.
How many years does he have left on the current contract?
I got to look this up. He's got a couple of years left, I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Because I'm just kind of, there's nothing wrong here with looking ahead a little bit. I'm just curious with, do you remember where the Rangers are as far as salary cap? And I'm just kind of curious what.
Yeah, they were
what
close.
Free agents are available next year. Like, who could we sign? If Kreider, Mika, and Artemi are our top three guys, forward wise, it'd be great.
He's got 2 years left on his contract. Zibanejad.
All right.
So his contract ends in 2022.
Okay.
And he'll be 28 at that point.
Still a young pup, pal.
And he'll be
in his prime.
He'll be looking for if he continues to trend the way he is, he'll be looking for big time money. Yeah, in the Rangers, a couple of players like Jesper Fast. I mean, his contract was running out at the end of the year. You wonder if he's a guy that they bump up. They got to figure out what they're doing with Strome, D'Angelo, all these guys that they sort of kicked the can, on them last year where they signed the 1 year deals. And who knows what everything is going to go on with the arbitration, because I think Strome has the arbitration eligibility, and what are they going to do with him? They just do it again and they give another 1-year deal, and let him work his magic with Panarin again. So yeah, they definitely have a number of things to figure out. Lundqvist, what are they going to do with Lundqvist? And you were hearing rumors about each team getting a buyout, and we've discussed this stuff. Do they use it on him? Do they look to trade him?
Where are you on that?
Who knows?
Where are you on that?
Get rid of him, buy him out, trade him.
I'm just looking to get Twitter fired up again for you.
I'm done with him. What has he done for this franchise? Hasn't brought us a cup.
Long live the king, man. I don't want to have to change our introduction radio imaging there, So
I'm going to be honest. If they could find a team, and I don't know what team would take on that salary. I mean, obviously the Rangers would have to eat some of it, but
he would be welcome with open arms to any team for a year or two, or whatever. I don't think the Lundqvist situation is going to be. I think it's going to be more. It's going to be easier now. Even if this season just finished regularly as it would, they may be first round of the playoffs, so they don't make it or whatever the heck it is. I think that all becomes part of it. I think, they probably part ways with Hank one way or the other.
You know what I saw, actually, and I don't have the numbers in front of me. Apparently Lundqvist's numbers against the Hurricanes were, like, out of this world. Like, under, like, 1 goals against average and, like, a 940, like, save percentage.
We don't have a goaltender problem on this team. Because if you start Hank, for argument's sake, right? If he's shaky for any minute, DQ has got 2 stallions that can get in there, Or
he's got one.
Flip it around the other way.
He's got what? He's got one.
Don't you knock my Georgie out. Don't you knock Georgie boy.
I mean, I
can't even remember who's the third guy. What's his name again? Igor something?
Shesterkin.
But we don't have a goaltending problem. I mean, as far as a short tournament, man, and I mean, what's the deal? I guess we should find that out, man. We're a hockey show. How many goaltenders can they carry?
Yeah.
If they have all 3, right? 2 on the bench and 1 up in the stands. I mean, that's how they've been doing it
carry
anyway, right?
3.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah. So Rangers are good in that department.
I mean, it's not a matter of that they're not good. It's a matter of, who do you play? Or at least, who do you begin to play? Because if Quinn looks at
are you going to get nervous if he starts Hank first?
I wouldn't be nervous. I don't think that's the right decision. I think
he's not starting Hank. You know that.
Well, no, I mean they weren't playing him in regular season games, so you think there's no way they're gonna suddenly have him starting
let me ask you this.
Series.
I mean, look, there's so much can happen here, obviously. They haven't even started their full training camps and all that other stuff. But like I said, we don't even know. What if one of them gets shaky? One of them gets hurt? What if Georgie and Igor go out driving again? I mean, they got to be careful. But, the New York Rangers are in a great situation going into this tournament with the 3 netminders they have on this team. And as far as I'm concerned, watching the way the trend was going with Quinn here in the end of the season, he's going to start Shesty. It's his gig. And you've got 2 great guys behind him that he can put in one way or the other.
I think you go with Shesterkin. But I think, because of how well the team was doing, and you're going to have Kreider back, and this team should be healthy and ready to go, I think Quinn could and should be ready with a quick hook at the same time.
Exactly.
And if Shesterkin, I don't think, because he hasn't shown it at any point in his young career that he'd be sort of, rattled in the playoffs or intimidated by it. But, he's got to be ready to go with Hank. And I think Hank is the next person up. I don't think it's Georgiev. I think it's Hank. I think he has the pedigree. And I'm not saying this to sort of, rip on you a little bit.
Man. He saved the season this year, man.
I don't remember that. But I think you got to go right to Hank. And if Shesterkin, if he's a little shaky, I don't think Quinn should have any reservation about going to Hank, and then you go from there. So yeah, as far as the goaltending goes, they're in great shape. It's just a matter of how Quinn wants to line it up, and from there, look, this is a dangerous team. I don't care if they're playing the Hurricanes the first round, if they're playing the Capitals the first, whoever they were playing in the first round. I think it was a matchup that team didn't want. I mean, the Hurricanes were like ready to. They didn't even want to come back and play. They were like the only team that voted against this format because they were going to play the Rangers, which is like the one team you don't want to play. So it's a dangerous team. I'm excited to get it going. Hopefully it does. Hopefully there's no setbacks with the virus where they have to shut things down, and we can move forward and get some hockey playing.
I can't speak for other teams, but we got enough guys. If one guy goes down, just ship him out. I'm curious to know what happens with there's no AHL. So what about injuries in a short tournament like that? I mean, do you have?
They'll probably expand. I think they're going to expand the rosters. I mean, they should.
But where are those guys? Where are those guys training? How are those guys staying in shape?
They're the Black Aces. They're gonna be working out with the team.
Is there gonna be like a contingent of AHL level players that they're gonna just put on the in the back bus, connected to the main bus, like the shuttle or something like that, and bring them along?
Yeah, they're gonna put them in biohazard suits, and make sure they don't get sick. And good to go. Yeah, I don't know and I don't know if they've announced it yet or not. I've definitely not been doing a very good job following what the rules are going to be, if they've even announced with the roster, if they're going to expand it. But they're going to have to. I mean, they can't have
if Quinn has his horses running, he's going to run his main guys. Some guys aren't even going to get a sniff. So some guys are going to ride the benches if the Rangers get on a tear here.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially in the play-in round, it's only 5 games, so you're not worried about a long, drawn-out 7-game series. So yeah, I mean, look, and these guys are obviously rested, so he can lean on Panarin and Zibanejad, in that first round. But eventually, you're going to need all 4 lines as you get into the hopefully if the Rangers continue to advance. So I mean, you're going to need everybody like you always do. But yeah, I think initially, you lean on your top guys. You're going to see, Tortorella coaching, where his top guys are playing like 50 minutes a night, and the Stu Bickle of whoever that'll be on this team will play like 30 seconds. How amazing was that in that one overtime game against the Capitals that year where Tortorella had like Bickle? He didn't play like a single shift in like the 3 overtimes. And like Girardi and like McDonough like were playing like 110 minutes each.
It's just the way it goes, man. That's the beauty of the game.
That was good stuff.
You'll always have that name that stands out that shouldn't have been there and just happened to, make a huge impact on a series. It's just crazy, man. And it's hopefully something we'll look forward to. There'll be some storylines, no doubt, one way or the other, and we definitely got a lot of storylines going forward here as we sit back and we watch, to see how this reopening thing goes here, and obviously the players coming back and inter-squad and all that other stuff, and so many things, just in terms of like how these coaches are going to coach, just all that stuff in terms of working with their players, seeing what kind of shape they come in, how they go about doing all this stuff. So it's all new. We're all going, all of us collectively, in sports or not in sports, we're all going through this together at the same time and experience it in our own ways. And, yeah, I think, you bring up a great point. All of us, like I said, especially sports fans, we're just looking for something, that's something that counts, something that's a little bit of normalcy to watch. And you brought it up, too. It's not the most important thing. Sports isn't the most important thing. But in a society that's trying to get back to some normalcy, little things like going out and being able to sit at a table at a local restaurant, and then also maybe, being able to hang out and throw on MSG and not watching something from 1994 and actually something relevant will be exciting to watch. KD, a couple last quick minute things here before we go. Have you tuned into Tony's